Hello lovelies, Nightshade here, and I'm back with another video. In this video, we will be covering what seems to be a highly possible outcome, the Angel and Demon Hell event. As past video experiences, this will be a two-parter where I review the suits in one video, and on my next video, I will be doing my pulls and everything else I didn't cover here. So without further ado, join me as I discuss what is possibly my ever so favorite Hell event in the Shiny Nikki verse. And warning, huge warning, I am very biased. This event is my absolute favorite, as I just mentioned. So please just take everything I say with a grain of salt, because obviously you still have the final decision when it comes to participating. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. So starting this thing off right with some awesome news, we have this gorgeous set from Lilith, and I can't believe that it's an actual welfare. At least that's what it was in the CN/TW server. It consists of a total of 9 items, and the colors are just so beautiful. It is so regal. The hair, everything about this set is so freaking stunning. I absolutely love it. If you're wondering, the suit itself is an actual dress. And yes, the crown is a separate item. The cape is a separate item. It has its own handheld. That beautiful necklace that you see on her is not part of the dress. It is an actual item that you could own and wear separately. Everything about this suit is just so mesmerizing. I myself am actually missing 3 items from this set, which are the main components I feel, which is the dress, the hair, and the crown. Without it, I'm just left with bits and pieces, but I am still very happy over these bits and pieces. So as you may have noticed, I did not include a reflection art on this specific set because this set actually doesn't come with a reflection. It's one of those sets that is just kind of there to be there, but it's still designed by someone, which is pretty weird to me, honestly. But hey, I'm not complaining. You are, and free, say no more. So let's go ahead and start off with the recharge set from this event. As for the actual pricing, I believe that I paid somewhere around the realm of perhaps $40 to maybe $60 for fully getting all the echoes of this set. Don't quote me, but I believe it is around that price range, kind of similar to the Xinyi recharge that we recently saw with our last Hell event. Of course, this is what the Awakened and the original art look like. And as for the reflection styling power, if you are aiming to participate in this event and you don't already have looming, I feel like your best bet to get the reflection that you need is actually going to be Leonid, because Leonid's reflection is not only aesthetically pleasing, but it is just so amazing. Like, if you don't have a blue UR reflection currently, he is going to be super good. Of course, he is not going to be the all-time greatest. He is still very good. There are future shoots above him that are greater, following a future Hell event that we probably might have around anniversary time, if we're calculating correctly. But as far as the recharge set itself goes, the reflection isn't all that bad. It's currently found under Loen's Flying Free, which is a reflection that you get once you obtained the V14 status, if I'm not mistaken. VIP 14, sorry. I'm thinking Love Nikki here. So he's pretty good. He's not that bad at all. But obviously the goal here would be for stronger, so Leonid would be your way to go. But of course, in general, if you are participating in this event, I'm pretty sure that you're going to recharge and you're probably going to end up getting Loen anyway, so it's a win-win because my golden boy is the best, no doubt about it. But of course, Leonid is also the best. I mean, have you seen his character art? I die. I freaking die. I'm obsessed. I am so, so obsessed. This set I really, really love. I think it is so freaking cute. I just love. I love sets like this, honestly, especially if they have like this train type cape feel. It's just a fave. So let's go ahead and start right off the bat with the little hat. Little hat is cute. Little roses, little feather, very feminine type hat. I mean, you can definitely style it for unisex, but I feel like it's too small, honestly. But obviously, that's my personal thoughts. It does definitely work. As for the shirt, I love the little puffed sleeves. I love the fabric that they're using. And of course, there is glitter, guys. Look at that shine, the pearls around, the pink ribbon, the shift between a light gray, a darker gray, the white lines that almost kind of look like they're metallic, the embroidery of the horse with little roses then embroidered on the ribbon itself, more pearls, the lace detailing in the bottom. There's this type of like necklace that it's kind of like almost similar to a pocket watch. You know how people put pocket watches inside their coat vests? This is very much that. The pockets with the little gems on there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And as for the bottom, let's go ahead and take a look at all of these separately just so you guys can get an idea of what's going on here. So the vest is separate. Like, this is a shirt. Let me remove the shirt and put on something else. What can we put on? Will Nikki be okay? Well, Nikki's only wearing a bra right now, but you can't really tell because the vest is on there. Like, look at this. Like, this is the actual vest itself, no sleeves, super nice, definitely can pair with something else. And if we remove the vest itself and just leave the shirt, like, that's okay. Well, let me put the old shirt back on. Honestly, I should have thought of that beforehand. Look at that. Just look at how cute it is. It could definitely be used with something else. And the bottom, don't even get me started on the bottom. The bottom is so freaking cute. Like, I love it. I love the lace pattern on it. On the bottom, like the little lacy bits, the actual riveting here. So beautiful. And then there's like leather straps, more embroidery behind that. You can actually see the fabric pattern on the socks too. Well, the hosiery on the socks. Let's go ahead and take a full look at those and then just kind of remove them just so we can see and appreciate the skirt a little bit more. So these are actually pretty high up. Like, they're up to the waist. And if we remove them, we can appreciate the skirt. Look at that. So awesome. We can appreciate the heels. The heels are super pretty. Like, look at that. I love that huge buckle, which also doubles as just a gem. I love the little scalloping. So nice. And like, it's just very versatile. It definitely works for several different things. And I'm not sure what this would be. Like, I know the reflection is Loen riding a horse. So is this supposed to be kind of like a whip for the horse? Which would be kind of cruel. But I guess that's why there's ribbon wrapped around it instead of it being an actual like whip type of material. Because Nikki's not about that animal cruelty. And like the actual portion, like the handheld portion of the staff, is a horse. So that's super nice. I skipped the hair, and I think I skipped the hair probably because of the bangs. I don't like this bang type of styling, especially when the hair kind of looks like it's too flat at the top. I don't know how to explain it, but you see how it kind of just like curves in, like the sides of her hair curve in the middle, and then it just kind of whooshes and extends in the bottom. So like, it's short at the top and white, like short, not Yeah, is that the word? It's not wide enough at the top and it's super wide at the bottom is what I'm trying to say. And that just throws me off. But I really do love the color of this pink. It is very much like a dusty mauve and I really, really vibe with this color. So this is what the awakened version looks like. I really feel like we can definitely appreciate this blue version, especially with the contrast of the black hair and the deeper tone of her hat. I feel like it's like a baby shower thing though, because like the previous suit was like white and pink and this is blue, and it just kind of gives me baby shower vibes because those are the colors I think of when I think baby shower. But regardless, I really, really love. I still feel the same way about the hair, but I feel like that actually is what gives it a unisex element as well, because if we definitely would pair this with a pair of pants, like it definitely could get away with being unisex. Like it's just so versatile. It is very, very beautiful. I am obsessed, but it also might be because I'm like very much intrigued with fashion like this, like military slash riders slash what's the word, like Victorian-esque fashion for males, if anything. Like I really enjoy that. So here's what the set looks like on every single different skin tone. So let's talk about one of my favorite demon queens, or just a demoness, I guess. This is Fragrant Dream, the original and awakened version. Do remember that much like the others, this name is a rough translation, so it is not the definite name itself. Things are subject to change. Truly stunning, one of my favorite arts ever. I mean, in general, this whole lineup, I just love it. I love it so freaking much. It is so beautiful. Anyways, besides the point, what you're here for is the reflection details. And you'd actually be really happy to know that this reflection is really, really good. Pretty much on par with Loen's Fox Flame. Of course, Loen is still stronger, but our Demoness Queen is actually pretty much equal to him. Like, she is a bit below, but still very, very good. So if you skipped out on Loen and need a UR reflection of the pink attribute desperately, this is definitely your way to go. For those of you that weren't playing, this Demoness Reflection is definitely the way to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk. For starters, I am obsessed with this set. Let's go ahead and get the elephant out of the room. Her hand is up, and I know that the pose looks great like that, but she's actually supposed to be holding an apple in her hand. As to why I'm not holding it, I can either assume it is a glitch that I am experiencing, or it's because I haven't finished the set. And I know what you're thinking. Nightshade, what do you mean you haven't finished the set? It looks complete to me. Well, believe it or not, I am missing the eyebrows, which I am so upset over. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. We're going to take a look at her horns because her horns are immaculate. These horns are so freaking awesome. I love devil demon horns. They are just so glorious, and I love that these are white because you can use them for something other than like demons, devils, you know what I mean? Like normally when you think of demons you think of like dark colors, but this is white, crystal clear, and they are exceptional. They have detailing on the actual horns themselves, kind of to resemble that thorny rose element. It is a rose gold color, and the horns themselves kind of glisten and glitter. As for the hair is glorious. It is wavy. It is beautiful. It is so freaking amazing. It is stunning. I love that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back. Since the cape is in the way, we will go ahead and remove the cape really quick. And I love how the hair just kind of swoops on her back and then just circles around to her side. That is so awesome. As for the brace around her neck and chest, that's actually a necklace That is not part of the actual dress itself, which is awesome. It makes the dress so much more versatile, I feel. For the cape itself, the cape, that red gem is part of the cape. It's kind of the closure of the cape, you know, whatever just kind of ties it together. I love that the cape is not fully on her head, like covering her face. It's just kind of slightly falling off, and I really, really appreciate that. As for the gown detailing, oh my god, look at this shine, the sequins, the glitter. I love it so much. And if you take a real close look at it, it kind of resembles bone, like bones, like the body, the human body. And I think that is so awesome. And the reason why I say that is because if you sorry, if you pay close attention, let's go ahead and remove the cape, and we're going to remove this hair as well so we can actually fully see what's going on. Oh wait, not that. Short hair. So look at the back of this like neck brace, body brace. All of that is part of it. Like, it's literally a spinal cord. Is that the word? I'm so bad. My medical people out there. Spinal cord? Yeah, I think that's what it is, right? Anyways, besides the point. But it's actual bones. Like, it's literally bones. I am freaking obsessed. Okay, let's go back. And okay, the cape detailing in the back, wonderful. Same thing. We kind of see this pattern where it kind of just looks like bones all around. And the freaking petals on the ground of it, so beautiful. So gorgeous. As for the petals flying all around, that actually is part of the suit. The dress itself, though. Like, if you unequip the dress, the petals stop floating around, as we will see here. No more petals. Oh my god, Nikki, sorry. But yeah, no more petals. It's kind of like every other animated set that we've got so far. You know how there's flames, or there's petals flying about, or little shimmers falling. Very much that. As for the dress itself, I do have a quarrel with it. I am not a fan of the waist item. Like, I mean, I am a fan of it because it just looks so va-va-voom. Like, it looks amazing. But I'm not a fan of the fact that it is not detachable. Like, that's part of the dress. I think it would have been so awesome if we could have gotten a separate category for waist items. So, like, belts, chains, trains like this for gowns. Like, kind of like the V22 dress. Yes? No. Where am I? I am lost. But anyways, you guys know what I mean. And if you don't, I'll insert a photo here. There is a separate train for the dress, and you can actually equip it with other dresses. So that's what I would have liked to see for this specific set. I think it would have made the suit much more versatile. Not saying that it's not versatile enough as it is, because the white gown is absolutely like stunning. It can be used for anything, for vintage fashion, for a wedding, just in general, for a gala, party, whatever. Like, whatever your heart desires, this is it. And it's in white. What more do you want? Obviously in black for me. Yes. And yeah, we do get it eventually, but not right now. And we'll talk about that in a bit. Anyways, rambling. Let's take a look at her gloves. Her gloves, look at that. Just look at that. They are so stunning. Let me remove the wings, and we'll cover the wings in a bit as well. So look at her gloves. Her gloves, unfortunately, that boning that is around the arm itself is not a separate item. It does come all in one with the glove, which as well, one more thing, I am really sad about that, because I would have loved to see this item as a separate piece so we could use with many other stylings, and as well the gloves, to make the gloves much more versatile. It is what it is. It's part of the set. I mean, it's fine. It's okay. I don't hate it. But yeah, would have loved to see it separately. And for those of you that aren't really into the whole like darker alternative fashion, you might not really enjoy that this is part of the set. But I, for one, love it. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the wings. Put those back on. Look at those. look at that glorious detail. It's kind of like a ivory color mixed with a kind of like tarnished silver almost. If we zoom in, you could literally see how this is legit meant to be bone, or maybe glass actually, if you think about it. But I like to think that it's bone because you can see the detailing on the actual surface of the wings. Like, you can see all the patterns and the indentations, like how it's meant to be bone but mixed with like a sort of silver material. As you can see the detailing of the brocade, I think. I'm so bad with pronunciations, I'm so sorry, but look at that. They're just amazing, and they connect to her back directly, so they don't look really awkward at all. And just for like a full-size view, like they literally enclose her. It's kind of like a cage. They're pretty massive. I love the points. That's just kind of what the full back looks like. It's altogether, it is so beautiful. And if we want to go ahead and take a look at what the shoes look like, let me wear a shorter gown. So if we're taking a look at the shoes and also like the inner workings of the cape, that's what the inner working looks like. It's kind of like an almost dirty color on the inside. I know that sounds so bad, but it's not. It's like a gray. That's what I would say. And as for the shoes have that whole bone element still going on. Like, you can actually see what the vertebrae, I guess it would be called, and the little bones around. It's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Removing the cape so we can see the back. And like, look at the stiletto. The stiletto itself, once more, a bone element. The cuffs around the ankle, also very much bone. Like, I love this attention to detail so much. But yeah, she is absolutely stunning. And of course the scepter, let's not forget the scepter. If I can work this, because I always have a hard time. Okay, so detailing on the scepter, once more, we do have metal finishes. It's kind of like a pewter almost, or is it brass? I am colorblind, but look at the bone detailing. It almost looks like a demon wing, the claws. It's just so beautiful. And we'll go ahead and take a look at a full-size photo in the actual picture mode. So for starters, this is the actual pose that she comes with. As you can see, she is now holding the apple. She looks beautiful. Very much makes me think of like an Adam and Eve type vibe. And as for the scepter, this is a scepter in its full glory. It is very large. It is extremely dangerous looking, and if we zoom in to look at the finer details, we can now see all the intricacy that was put into making just this scepter alone. Like, I freaking love it. Let's go ahead and move the position just so we can see a little bit more. Look at that. Oh my god, why is this happening? Okay, let's zoom out a bit, I guess, and nope, not really letting me. So this is as good as it gets, guys, but you get the idea. It's super nice. It is super lovely. She is amazing. She is queen. So now let's go ahead and take a look at this beauty. I love this set much more, of course, than the white set, and I love the cape. The cape probably is one of my favorite elements of this set. I love the wings, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if you guys knew, if I haven't mentioned it before, I'm sure I have, but gold is not my thing. I am much more a silver, pewter, gunmetal type of girl, and I just can't get down with gold. And while the cape does have gold elements, it still is like the red just captures your eye so much more. Out of all of this, I of course do not have the actual wings and the gown itself, since I haven't completed the suit, so I'm not able to awaken it. But I do have everything else, which is the horn and the cape and the gloves, the shoes, and I believe the scepter as well, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I think this is stunning. I think I have the hair as well. It's just so glorious. I love it. I love it so, so much. And even look at the bottom of this dress. Like, there's actual black petals on there. Black petals are falling. They're like burnt petals. This is so, so amazing. I just can't get over it. And the horns, even the horns are pretty red. I love it so much. I love, love, love. I'll go ahead and do a quick showcase of the actual recolored items that I do have, just so we can quickly zoom in, and I'll just speed run through that. So remember, we don't have the actual wings, and I know that the white is kind of like just slapping you in the face. It's very contrasting with the red, but I wanted you to get a full appreciation for the burgundy on this. It's so beautiful. The freaking horns, oh my lord. And if you kind of look closely at it, it might just be me, but it kind of looks like there's petals inside the horns, or maybe that's just the light reflecting it. But I do love the detail of the roses actually converting to red this time. So, so nice. As for the choker is like a gold color, a like light gold, rose gold color. And the clasp on the cape is much more apparent now than on the white cape, where you were only able to see the red gem. Here you can actually see that it's kind of like a boning type of clasp. The hair, once again, beautiful and wonderful. Such a versatile and elegant white hair. Like, it's simple, but it's so captivating too. And as for the gloves, look at those gloves. The gloves with those red roses, oh my. It almost like just kind of totally makes you forget that it's a bone. Like, it's a bone that is circling your arm. And as for the cape, oh my lord, look at that stunning, stunning, gorgeous beauty. It makes me think of a tapestry that you would find in a castle. It's just so magnificent. And as for the scepter or the sai, you know what? I actually don't know why I was calling it a scepter all this time. It's a freaking sai. How would I not know that? Anyways, so it's red from the handle, and the actual boning this time is kind of like this old bone color. Like, it's tarnished, almost kind of like a brown. It's just so spectacular. She is amazing. I just love her. I love her so much. So here's what the set looks like on every single different skin tone. So now let's go ahead and check out what the makeup looks like on every single skin tone, and as well using and equipping the different outfit and hair recolors. So since I did cover Loen's Reflection and it being the blue attribute, just like I want to call him Leonid, yeah, right? That was what we called him in the CN/TW servers, and I love the name. But Leonid. So since we did cover Loen and I did mention Leonid, we already know that Leonid is the way to go. So this is actually mainly so you can just see the art of his reflection, both awakened and original, because it is one of my favorites. Look at this. This is stunning. These visuals are everything I've wanted and more. I can literally make a poster out of this reflection because this is art. Everything from this event is so visually captivating. I don't know how much more I can praise it. Like I said in the beginning, I am super biased. I'm just biased. But obviously, like, if you see this, how can you not? How can you not be obsessed? Because the aesthetics of this, awesome. I absolutely love her. Look at that. She unfortunately didn't do the suit animation that I was expecting her to do, but I guess we'll showcase that with her special poses. I'm assuming that my thing was lagging. I don't know why I'm losing my train of thought right now, but she is so amazing. She just takes my breath away, and that's probably why I forgot to say what I was going to say. She is so wonderful. Look at the size, the span of her wings. Look at how they move with her whenever she prays, when she gets her staff, her scepter. This one is an actual scepter. There's so much to cover, but I just wanted to take a look at the grandeur that is this suit. There is so much detailing that went into this. It is insane. The actual fact that the feathers actually look like feathers, like they can just float away in the wind, I just find so mind-blowing. So if we zoom into her face, we notice the crown. And yes, thank the Lord, baby Jesus has heard our prayers, and this is just like a separate combo. I mean, unfortunately, the halo does float above it. So let's go ahead and actually take a look at that. So the halo does float above it. If we remove it, we see that we do keep the feathers on the side. But if, like, I mean, it's whatever. It still looks like a crown. It is still amazing. I love it. As for the feathers, you would be surprised to know that the cross on her forehead is not part of any of this. That is actually a separate item that you can find in the other category and just add for any other suit, which honestly, I love. I absolutely love the idea that it is not an all-in-one combo. I am so happy that these items are individual pieces. I am very, very happy. The earrings themselves, they are crosses and with beading hanging down, little chains. The actual cross part is wings. Very much attention to detail, especially considering the fact that we aren't going to see them unless we're zooming in. The same thing can be said. Let me remove this staff because it is kind of just getting in the way of what I am showcasing here. So if we take a look at the actual headdress part, we can see that the feathers are intricately designed. We can see that there's this blue crystal on the actual side of it. The crown itself looks like a metallic, very pointy. Nikki can like literally just kind of basically stab her head with it because it is so pointy. The halo has little sparkles that you can barely see because of the background I chose, but if it is against the black wings, you can totally see it. As for her choker, necklace, whatever you want to call it, that unfortunately is part of the gown. That is not a separate item piece. I would have loved to have seen it as a separate item though, because I really do love that cross that is right in the middle of her chest. It's stunning. It is truly stunning. For the dress, we have this sort of like embroidery, the feathers all over. There's shininess. Like, look at that blue glitter. The feathers just kind of sticking out all over. And of course, her hair. Her hair is in this kind of crown type of braid hairstyle, and it's so long, so voluminous. Let's go ahead and get a shorter hairstyle so we can see the back of the dress, because the back of the dress is honestly one of my favorite parts. I love that chain detailing with yet another cross right in the middle. It's so beautiful. Look at that. Just it's so magnificent. For the actual dress, you can't really see the chains all that well because they are covered by 1,000,001 feathers, but I love the chain accents on here. I love that there's crosses all over the dress on the actual pattern itself. So there's actual metallic crosses hanging under the dress that we can barely see, that didn't have to be added on there, yet they were. Like, what? Like, that is mind-blowing. Once again, I sound like a broken record, but it is so true. I'm so obsessed. I would have loved once more to see that the feathers would have been a removable waist item so that we could have had just this stunning black ballroom gown to wear without all the feathers protruding, because it does kind of take away from the element. This just really makes it a statement piece, a very much, what's that word? Met Gala literally had it not that long ago. It's not avant-garde, and it's not, I mean, it's kind of gaudy. What is the word? I totally forgot it. Campy. It's campy. That's what it is. So proud that I remembered that. But yeah, so for the wings also seamlessly part of her ensemble. Like, they don't look weird at all. Like, literally right in the element. Very much Maleficent wings. I am at a loss for words. That is all I can say. As for her shoes are very cute, very much, let me go ahead and zoom in here, very delicate looking, because it's just kind of lace caressing her skin. We see that blue gem once more. And yeah, I mean, it's nothing too fancy, and they are definitely versatile. They could be used for almost anything, quite frankly. I love how this dress kind of matches the vibe. Let's go with something shorter so we could take a look at the gloves. The gloves are very simple, just black glittery with some embroidery, which I really do appreciate. Really love myself a glove that can be super versatile. I love using gloves on all my stylings. And as for the scepter, just all that is holy. Look at that sparkle. Oh my God, is she going to get rid of the scepter? I was like, she got rid of the scepter. Look at that sparkle right in the middle. Oh my God, she did get rid of the sparkle. Girl, how am I supposed to review you if you're getting rid of the scepter? Thank you. So the animation in the middle going on 24/7 is glorious. The scepter itself, look at all this detailing. Look at all the crystals around it. The cross at the very top with crystals. The angel praying at the top at like kind of the base. That, what? Wow. Just wow. That is all I can say. And there's even like a little star at the very bottom of the scepter. Like a cross star. It's wow. Just wow. And if the black set wasn't enough for you, this white set is truly mesmerizing. It's kind of like a whitish, pinkish type of color, especially now that I look at the hair. It just kind of gives it that vibe. I mean, overall, it's white, but I just see the slightest tint of pink around the feathers and the undergarments, like the underlayer of the actual skirt. So, I mean, obviously, same thing. The suit is exactly the same as the black one, but the angelic / demon vibes that this suit alone gives off is beautiful. The scepter, we do see the same thing as the black one, but we can appreciate it so much more. It's so much more glorious. Like, you can actually, like, kind of against the white, it just pops out so much. It is so beautiful. We see the actual middle emblem where the neck piece of her dress is, and they're angel wings in the shape of a heart. I love the crystal headpiece in the middle of her forehead. I love this crown / halo. I love the little feathers and the earrings, everything about this. It's so beautiful. The hair being this like baby light pink. It is so stunning. The wings. I mean, what else is there to say, guys? This dress is truly miraculous. And I mean, I love it. I told y'all in the beginning, I am very biased with these sets, and that remains true. I am extremely biased with these sets. So now, as usual, we will be taking a look at what the suits look like on all different skin tones, both Awakened and Original version. Let me just throw it out there that getting the synchronization on these outfits was the hardest thing ever because they're so bulky. I had a hard time trying to figure out where to stop. So yeah, sorry about that in advance. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what the makeup looks like on every single different skin tone. And once more, we're doing this with the awakened and original versions just because of the hairstyle. Depending on the hair color, it can drastically change how you feel about the makeup. Personally, I am obsessed with the makeup overall. I love it, but you guys might feel differently. So there you have it, guys. That is it for today's video. Without making this any longer than it has to be, I'll let you go now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry for the super long video. Bye!